Hey boys, how you doing? This is your daddy. Just wanted to say hi. Good morning. I'm really tired. My voice isn't working right. I had a rough night. Um, but yeah, it's nothing big. Just sometimes I can't stop dreaming about you guys, and I wake up and I can't stop thinking about you guys. So I don't get much sleep those nights. Anyways, it's kind of sad though. My thing was I don't dream anything else no more. I used to dream my stories and Century fighting off heroes, or every once in a while Arcana talking to animals. And, sometimes I'm even wrestling, hanging out with Vince and Triple H and all of them. But those dreams don't come no more. Not since it started. Anyways, the reason I was gonna call this story or call this one what I call it is that you're young, especially Karate Daddy, you'll never be old, and hopefully you're clean. Make sure you shower daily or take baths daily, but you're not bastards. Keep that in mind. No matter how this turns out, no matter how this works out, it's kind of funny. There's no term for a motherless boy that I can think of, a more motherless child. But when you don't have your father, or you don't know who your father is, people can call you a bastard, and it's weird. When I was a kid, I wouldn't even say that word. It was a cuss word technically. Now, I mean, you can say ass on TV and kiss the same sex and no one thinks twice about it. So times changed so much because even now saying I feel kind of weird for saying the word bastard. But one of my favorite animes, Shin-Chan, has a guy called Action Bastard. So it's weird how society is. But anyways, a bastard by definition is a child who has no father. You have a father, and no matter how things turn out, when you watch this video, no matter what situation you're living in, or even if I'm not here no more when you start watching these, who knows? I can't predict life. Trust me. If I could, um, I would have saw this coming. So no matter what no one tells you, you're not bastards. Your dad wants you. Your dad wanted you. He's always wanted you since day one. He wants you now. He wants you forever. There's never no moment in my life that I wasn't looking forward to you, to you being there, to you being around, to both of you. None of you, neither of you, none of my children are accidents. They were not unplanned, unwanted. The only thing that ever changed between you guys, honestly, was your names. That's it. I had names I originally planned on giving you guys, but I don't know. It was inside the womb. I could just tell you weren't going to be those people, and so I gave you different names. Period. And the romance brothers or whatever you want to call it, Romeo, Casanova, something like that. It just sounded cool. It sounded great. I mean, come on, Savage Romeo. Because when they say your name in school, they say your last name first, usually, or on the football team. So we got Savage Romeo, Savage Casanova. This sounds cool. So, but no, you guys definitely are not even close to the term bastard. No matter what happens, um, I wanted you in my life. I want you in my life. Um, I'm also a little bit tired too because yesterday I did something for the first time in my entire life. Yeah, first time in my life now I think about it that I recall doing it. And there's a good reason behind it. Um, I rode exercise bike for 30 miles. Um, it took a long time, but I didn't do it straight. I did 20 minutes or 20 miles and then 10 miles. Um, I want to get myself back in shape to challenge. It's kind of funny. I might be able to challenge one of my childhood idols. If you guys research a little bit of football, you'll look for the name Willie Gault. Gault. Willie Gault played for Chicago Bears. I believe Chicago Bears. God, it's been such a long time. So I had to look him up. Chicago Bears or Raiders? I'm pretty sure he might went to both at some point. This is why I'm being confused. But he was the NFL's fastest man for a couple of years, and it's funny because I was looking at the races he ran. He always ran the 100, 200 sprinter. That's all I knew. I didn't know he actually ran my race to 400. I had no idea he ran that race I run. And I looked online not that long ago, and I'm like only a few seconds behind him at this point in my life, which is pretty impressive considering that this guy went off to the NFL and made millions, and here I am, rubbing nickels together, hoping to make some heat. But yeah, I might actually get to run on the same track field as one of my childhood idols. Um, and now, if I get good enough shape, I might be able to beat him. I don't know, that's probably wishing too much, but like I said, if I could predict the future, you know, I'm, yeah, it's just insane to think that I'm where I am right now because of actions outside my own power. I was talking about this to someone yesterday. I've dated people who I consider a little bit crazy before. I'm not gonna lie. Um, and I'll say one of their first names in case they're watching. I dated this girl named Jenny, and Jenny hands down was one of the craziest women I ever known. I mean, she would just come up with these elaborate stories about nonsense, and when she gave me that crazy molecular eye, I just knew it's gonna be bad. And even she wouldn't have done what was done to me. That's what just blows my mind. Um, I don't truly think that anyone in my past besides this one person would have did what they did to me. So I mean, I could be wrong. There might have been other people who were capable of this, but it's just weird. It's like I don't talk to people about it as much as I used to. The first week it was, and I listened to, I still on top of the roof if I could and scream to whoever listened. But now I don't talk about it as much. But the one consistent thing I hear all the time is if a person felt they were really the mother of these children, how could they do this to the father of these children? It just blows my mind because I never saw it that way at first. It's always about yourself when things start out. But everyone else is seeing it that way too. I mean, I know there's two sides of every story, two sides of every fence, you know. But when you take a step back, how can two people who are parents do this to each other? It just doesn't even make sense. And that's why I have a tough time accepting it, is because that's the only way a person could do this to someone, is that they truly didn't see themselves or the other side as a real parent. And it blows my mind. I can accept it now, but like I said, when it happens, like I don't get it. And even though I still, part of me just doesn't get it fully. But it's kind of like with the old book plagues in the Bible. The locusts, the you know, all the darkness from the locusts then came and blocked out they said it covered the earth, and you couldn't see the sun and all this. And despite all that, somehow the leader's heart was still hardened, so cold. Despite the proof right in front of you, you still can't believe. That's how cold God made their heart, how hardened, how stone their heart was. Despite the facts right in front of them, they still can do something that, I mean, if it happened now, imagine if the planet got covered by locusts because something that, say, Donald Trump did, and someone came and said, Trump, you can't do this. If you do this, you will find plagues upon your house. And then one day, we're walking outside and we don't see nothing but locusts, and they're eating all the crops and the sky's covered. I mean, I don't think he would have to be impeached. I think people would storm the White House and kill him. It's just, that means it wouldn't even be an issue. I don't care if you worked at Lowe's. So one of your employees said, if you fire me, May the seven plagues come upon your store. You know, and like locusts covered the store, just the store itself. It would make national news, and in the store itself, the employees would go and throw that manager out there who fired the guy. They would drag that guy back and probably make him manager. I mean, how can something? How can your heart be so cold to ignore the obvious? And it's just, but it's biblical, you know. That's why I feel so strong about everything's gonna work out right. I know I do a lot of what ifs, like and these videos are just in case because I can't predict God's will, but everything in my being still says that you both will be with me, and everything in my being says that this can't go wrong. But then also, God has always told us that He does for those who do for themselves. Idle hands are the devil's workshop. So I'm not saying they're idle boys. I'm exercising, I'm making these videos for you daily. I'm out there doing what I gotta do every single day because I am not trying to play in the devil's workshop. Not for me. So, anyways, yeah, your daddy, you might actually see your daddy get a run track. It's kind of cool. It reminds me the Bill Goldberg story. Um, Bill Goldberg wrestling heyday. He was king of the world pretty much. Wrestling champion. Everybody chanting his name, Goldberg, Goldberg. So his I think it was his kids. He said, or grandkids. I can't remember which one. I've never seen him wrestle. They started watching wrestling. They loved wrestling. It was like, you wrestled? No, you didn't. And Dad's still, Goldberg's still the man looking. He's beefy and everything. But so he went to the WWE and made a deal with them so that they could bring him back in his 50s, just so he can wrestle, so his kids can actually see him out to wrestle. And that's awesome. I mean, man, been away from sport for almost 15 years. He came back and did pretty decent. I mean, it wasn't the greatest matches ever, but it was some solid matches, in my opinion. So anything's possible. It truly, truly is. Um, well, I mean, you guys can't understand these videos now. That's not possible. But you're only 2 years old, and I think Cass. Well, you're not even two. What I'm saying, 2 years old and um, 6 months, 7 months when I record these. So yeah, well, actually, you're a two. I'm sorry, I'm tired. You're not old enough to understand these yet. Let's just leave it that way. I'm too tired to be making more logical sense. I think all my wisdom already went out the window now. So I'm rambling at this point because I really don't like saying goodbye ever, even in these videos. Um, but like I said, we gotta do what we gotta do, right? Anyways, boys, got nothing else for you today. Um, but I do love you. I love you both. You are my boys. All right. Talk to you later.